My name is Daniel Bastillo. Like many before me, I am a freshman taking Lang 120. I did my research paper about the relationship between art and the environment and the circumstances that create the situation for the actual works to exist. And I focused particularly on graffiti because I feel like this is an example that is kind of more prominent in everyday life. It's something that you can actually kind of witness. And basically what I say when I mean like the relationship between art and the environment is kind of exemplified in the sense that like today we see graffiti as kind of like more of a pop culture symbol, something more associated, I guess, with like visual style, whereas in its roots it actually started out as kind of a social movement, and it was actually a subsidiary of the hip-hop movement as well, although that's something that we don't really see as much of in today's pop culture. But basically that was something that I looked into in my paper, and my video, although it doesn't go as deep into the insight as I would like it to, and by all means you guys, I know you guys are probably reluctant to ask any questions, but if you've had any, you could ask me. But it serves as kind of an abstract of my essay in video form, and I kind of wanted to focus on like a particular example so that you could kind of get a sense of you know, what it's like in this kind of back and forth between people who are making art and the people who are maybe trying to eliminate it or view it, or just what kind of relationship they have with the audience. And I kind of, you know, wanted the video to capture the sort of, I guess, essence of the hip-hop movement and sort of the, I guess, you know, chronological era of that artistic movement as well. So yeah, I'm gonna play that.
Word up, son, word.
Yeah, to all the killers and the $100 billers. For real, who ain't got no feelings.
Just watch my back, I got your front.
Check it out now. I got you stuck off the realness. We be the infamous, you heard of us. Official Queensbridge murderers. The mob comes equipped for warfare. Beware of my crime family who got enough shots to share for all those.
For the past 20 years, there really hasn't been anything hot. There have been no movements since pop art.
It's all about getting up and using these cans.
Any retailer, and let's face it, a gallery is indeed a retailer,
Why do I tag? Because it's fun.
always looking for something hot that they can merchandise and sell to the public.
We see something, we hit it, we run.
How long would it take you to do something like this?
On a train? Depends what your schedule is like.
You're looking for the hardest place for the city to reach, so they're not able to buff your name.
I can't let my mother know that I'm going to the train, so I have to be back early.
It cost Southern California $125 million.
If they slapped me with a fine, at least I want it to be worth what I did, you know?
It cost the city of Los Angeles $25 million.
Yeah, I'm getting it. Everybody, hands on your head.
Hands on top of your head.
Let's go.
Sandpaper commonly used to scratch the surface.
Any sharp objects or anything like that on you? What else you got in this pocket here?
Nothing. Everything you see here.
Don't worry about your shoes.
About 3 years ago, I decided to suggest to Dick Ravitch that they put a dog in the yard to keep the graffiti vandals out. The MTA rejected it, and they said no, that if you put a dog in the yards, the dog would step on the third rail. Now, I don't happen to think that dogs step on the third rail, but I said in response to that, well, if you think the dog will step on the third rail, then build 2 fences and have the dog run between the 2 fences, and that will keep people out and protect the dog from stepping on the third rail. And the response was, well, maybe somebody will climb over the fence and the dog will bite them. I said, well, I thought that's what the dog was for. But if you're afraid of having the dog bite such a vandal, and here I called upon my prodigious memory, I said, what you should do then, instead of using a dog, is to use a wolf and have a wolf run between the 2 fences, because there is no recorded case in history where a wolf has ever attacked a human being unless the wolf were rabid, mad. Now, as a result of telling that story innumerable times, I embarrassed the MTA into building the fence around the first of 19 yards. And it was so successful, they now claim it as their own idea, and they're building 18 more fences.
It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Okay, that was that. Thank you. Any questions?
You said there were things you weren't able to include. What else would you like to say?
I feel like, really what I really meant to focus on in my essay was really just kind of more or less just kind of an observation of the fact that when graffiti first started, it was people kind of communicating messages about how they weren't really pleased, I guess, with their living conditions, before graffiti used to be more associated with like gangs and, marking territory, things like that, or maybe like, I don't know, saying F certain groups or what you may, in order to express, actual conditions that they lived in, albeit maybe the form they took in art wasn't necessarily so like formal, but it's still an expression of an actual thing. Okay, thank you very much.